Hello and welcome. My name is Josh and this is Josh Z Boxing. I hope you guys are all doing well. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel. So this week Tyson Fury decided to announce his apparent retirement from boxing. And I say apparent because if you know anything about Tyson Fury, we know Tyson Fury has said he's retired and come back again. A bit like the boy who cried wolf. But this week he decided to announce again that he's retiring from the sport. And as soon as he announced that, people on social media started talking about what next for AJ. Who's AJ going to face next if it's not going to be Tyson Fury? We've known AJ and Fury, that link between the two, for a number of years now. If you take your mind back to 2016, when AJ faced Charles Martin and won the IBF belt, from that moment, that's when I think we started to hear the talk and the rumblings of AJ and Fury. We were so close in 2021. Guys, we were close in 2021 of having Fury and AJ getting into the ring. I remember there was a video that came out with Tyson Fury calling AJ a dosser and XYZ and how he's going to face him next, and the contracts had been signed apparently and they were going to go into the ring and face each other. I think everyone was so excited about that, only for Deontay Wilder to have other plans because he won the arbitration case in 2021, and that's the reason why we saw Fury Wilder 2 and Fury Wilder 3. We saw Usyk lose twice against Usyk, and I think most boxing fans thought, you know what, 2025, it's now or never, basically. AJ had spoken about it. He mentioned in Nigeria when he spoke to some reporters, he was saying, you know what, 2025 is all roads lead to to Fury, sorry. And he spoke about it at the Ring magazine. He said that's the guy who I'd like to face. And if you remember Taiki this week as well, he even spoke about it. He was saying, you know, the top fights that I want to make, one of them anyway, was Fury and AJ this year. So as boxing fans, we were all excited, I think most of us anyway, about the prospect of Fury and AJ getting into the ring. But Fury has put the brakes on that, although I don't believe him fully, but apparently he's put the brakes on that. So let's imagine, right, Tyson Fury has sailed off into the sunset. What is going to be next for AJ? So Eddie Hearn done an interview this week with Radio Raheem on Seconds Out, and he mentioned a few fighters that could potentially face AJ, although he did say that these guys they've not been in discussion with these guys. It's just names that, you know, could potentially face AJ. And some of those names were Wilder. He mentioned the winner of Jean Caballero. He also mentioned the winner of Dubois Parker. He mentioned Dillian Whyte, and he also mentioned Martin Bakole. When I think of that list, that's a really, really interesting list. I would say in that list, there's only a couple of names. Honestly, only a couple of names that I would say AJ should face. Because ultimately, I still feel Fury will come back into the ring. I feel that Fury will be the guy that AJ faces at some point this year. And I do not want that opportunity to be scuppered at any point. So that's one of the reasons why I think there's only a couple of fighters. And number two, I think we need to think about the context in which AJ is in right now, right? He faced Dubois, and it wasn't a points loss. It wasn't a close unanimous loss. It was a complete destructive KO that he received. It was so bad, guys, that if you remember, Ben Davison had to pick him up. So it was a really, really bad loss for AJ. So he needs a little bit of a rebuild. And I think, you know, the two fighters that I'm going to mention are guys who I think would be perfect for a rebuild. And those two names are, number one, Deontay Wilder, number two, Dillian Whyte. Number one, Deontay Wilder. Why Deontay Wilder? I think number one, he's a name. People know about Deontay Wilder. We look at his record. He has some absolutely highlight reel knockouts. But at the same time, he's a guy who's not on form. Father Time has caught up with him, definitely. And it's a fight that I think, number three, that AJ could win and give him the confidence that he needs. If you look at Wilder faced Joseph Parker, and Joseph Parker beat him convincingly. Then we saw the spinneroo against Zhilei Zhang. And Zhilei Zhang knocked him out. And I thought that was it. I thought he was going to retire. But apparently Wilder wants to come back for another fight. And I think AJ has enough in the tank to beat Wilder and will give him the confidence that he needs to go and face Fury, because I think he will knock him out. So that's the reason why I think Deontay Wilder. Number 2, Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte, again, I think when I saw his fight especially against Ebenezer Tete in December, he did have a fight in February last year against Christian Hammer. But the fight against Ebenezer Tete, that one was concerning for me. He just didn't seem to have anything left. He just lacked it. The foot movement. He was really, really slow. He was really slow in that fight. Ebenezer Tete looked like a rejuvenated guy, like a guy who was giving Dillian Whyte problems at times in that fight. And if you remember Ebenezer Tete, this is the same Ebenezer Tete that went to face Dubois a number of years ago, and Dubois wiped him clean out in a couple of rounds. So it did concern me. So if Dillian Whyte still wants to fight, I think AJ should go towards someone like Dillian Whyte. Maybe a fight in the O2. It might not be in Saudi, it might be in the O2, sponsored by Riyadh Season or something like that. And again, I think AJ has enough in the tank to beat Whyte and beat him convincingly. And given the confidence that he needs before going in with someone like Fury. So I would say those two guys, Whyte and Wilder, I would say if I was in AJ's team, those are two names I would definitely be aiming for. The other names that I mentioned, Zhang, Caballel, Dubois, Parker, Bakole, I would say run away like the plague. Run away like the plague. Don't face any of those guys, because I think at this stage, I think they bring too much to the table for AJ right now. I think if AJ is still thinking about facing Fury, and if Fury hasn't retired, even though I just said a moment ago, let's imagine that Fury had retired. If AJ still thinks that he could still face someone like Fury, he needs to go in with guys that will give him confidence. And I don't think any of these guys, the Zhangs, the Caballels, the Dubois, the Parkers, the Bacoles, will give him any opportunity to build up that confidence at all, because I think they will all beat him. And I think they'll beat him in devastating fashion, actually, to be fair, at this stage. So let me know what you think anyway about AJ's next fight. Let me know if you think that he should take a confidence fight, or whether it should be one of those ones, just go straight in with Fury if Turki can get him out of retirement. What do you think about potentially AJ facing Whyte? What do you think about him facing Wilder? Or are there any other names that you think are good options for AJ to face? So, as I said before, please like, share and subscribe to the channel, and I'll speak to you guys later.